If you've ever tried to get your homestead together and somehow ended up way more overwhelmed than when you started, this video is for you. Because one of the biggest mistakes people make when they are trying to improve their homestead systems is trying to fix everything all at once. They suddenly decide they're going to meal prep, organize the pantry, start composting, create chore charts for their kids, track their egg production, build gardening schedules, and fix their routines. They become wildly productive overnight. And honestly, for a week it probably works, it feels kind of exciting, then reality hits, life gets busy, you fall behind, the systems become exhausting, and suddenly you feel like you failed again. But the problem isn't usually you, it's that you tried to build too many systems before your routines had time to become sustainable. So in this video, I want to walk you through what I would actually recommend focusing on during your first 30 days of building realistic homestead systems that actually last. Not Pinterest perfect systems, not super productive systems, real life systems, the kind that still work when life gets messy. So, start with one. One of the hardest lessons for beginners is realizing that more is not always better, because when people get motivated, they often try to overhaul their entire life overnight. But your brain can only handle so much change at once. Every new routine requires mental energy, consistency, repetition, adjustment, maybe some troubleshooting. And when you stack too many systems together, even good ideas start becoming overwhelming. So for your first 30 days, I genuinely think you should only focus on one, maybe two systems at a time. And that's it. Not 10, not a giant lifestyle reset, just one or two manageable improvements. Maybe your focus is creating a basic daily chore routine. Checking waters every morning, tracking freezer inventory, organizing animal feed, building a simple compost routine, spending 10 consistent minutes every single day in the garden. And those kinds of systems actually matter. The actual system matters less than the habit of the consistency, because sustainable homesteading is usually built through repetition, not dramatic overnight change. This is where a lot of people accidentally burn themselves out. They try to build the final version of their homestead immediately instead of just slowly building systems that will eventually lead them there. Now, this is important. Your systems are not going to work perfectly the very first month, and that's completely normal. You might forget the routines, skip tracking them, fall behind, realize a system feels too complicated and that it just doesn't work for you. You're going to discover certain habits that don't fit your schedule, and that doesn't mean that your system failed. It just means that you're learning what will and won't work. Your first 30 days should be treated like a testing period. You're not trying to prove yourself to anybody. You're observing what feels natural, what creates less stress, what feels sustainable repeatedly. And that awareness matters way more than perfection, because sometimes the best thing you can do is to simplify. And a lot of people think successful homesteaders are the ones that are doing the most. But honestly, long-term success usually comes from building the most simple of systems. They're easy to maintain, you can do them consistently, and they work on your worst days. Not systems that look impressive online. This is another mistake that a lot of people make, and they want to build systems that they wish they had the life for instead of what they actually live, if that makes sense. You want to build habits and systems that are going to work for your life, not the ones that you see online. So for instance, let's say you're following this creator that's a homestead, stay-at-home mom. She doesn't work. She has all the time in the world to spend with her kids and to garden and to bake and to do all these homesteady things. So her systems, her routine are not going to match up with someone that works 40 hours a week, has kids that go to public school, and has sports. There's no way that you're going to have enough time to make all those things from scratch, to have all that time in the garden, to have all that extra time with your kids trying to teach them certain things, right? And that's okay. There is nothing wrong with either lifestyle, but the realization is that the systems set in place are going to look different for each one. Your system should match your lifestyle and your goals, because if your routines only work in perfect weeks and for someone else, they're not going to last very long at all, right? Good systems work during stressful seasons, sick seasons, busy seasons, and they work around your schedule, not someone else's. They're going to work with the chaotic moments of your life, and that flexibility matters. There is no prize for making your life unnecessarily harder. You do not need the most complicated routine, the biggest garden, the most elaborate schedules, aesthetic, organization, systems to be successful. You need systems that are actually going to support your life, your goals, and your family. I want to talk about checking in at the end of these 30 days without judging yourself, because I think it's really important to reflect, but without turning it into self-criticism. This is not a performance review. You are not grading yourself. You're simply observing what worked and what didn't. Ask yourself, did this system reduce stress? Did it feel manageable? Did it improve daily life? Did it survive difficult days? Did it feel sustainable? If something worked well, keep it. If something felt difficult, skip it or simplify it. And if something completely failed, that's okay too. Every system teaches you something, even the ones that don't work, because homesteading systems should evolve over time. Your routines should grow with your life, not trap you inside unrealistic expectations. Now, this next part is something that people underestimate a lot, because small systems may not feel life-changing in the moment, but over time they stack together. One simple habit becomes structure. Structure becomes consistency. Consistency becomes stability. And eventually your homestead starts feeling calmer and easier to manage. It's less chaotic, more sustainable. Not because you're suddenly becoming perfect, but because you slowly built routines that support your life. And that's what we're going for. That's what sustainable homesteading should look like. It's not constant productivity. It's not doing everything perfectly. It's just building realistic systems little by little. And if there's something I hope that you take away from this video, it's this. You should not need to completely transform your homestead overnight. Start smaller than you think you should. Build slower than social media tells you you should. And focus on creating systems that still work during real life, not just during your most motivated moments. Because sustainable homesteading is not built through perfection, it's built through consistency, even imperfect consistency. If this video helped you, make sure you subscribe, because I share realistic homesteading content all the time. Gardening, education, livestock tips, honest conversations about building a homestead that actually fits your life. I also have tons of resources on my website if you want to check it out. They are free to you. You can print them as many times as you need to. Just make sure you use what fits your life right now and leave the rest. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys next time.